It's Saturday. We're at Dollar General. Let me show you how to grab over $25 worth of products for super cheap using only your phone. So don't forget though, let me know in the comments where y'all are from, what the weather's like. I'm here in Georgia, y'all. It feels pretty good outside. But nonetheless, moving forward, you're never going to pay full price. So don't forget to watch the whole video. All right, y'all. So we got my favorite coupon bag. This is a higher value than what I'm used to, but it's $4 off when we buy one participating Frito-Lay, which I love because it includes like the dips, y'all, too, and one participating Pepsi Cola. So normally I like to get the Lipton teas, things that my household would be paying for anyway. So remember to just mix and match to your preference. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these munchies. These are the cheapest of the chip. So I'm gonna grab these at $3.65. They normally have like the flaming hot or the regular. And again, you could get the dips. The cheapest dips are these over here at $3.30. So again, switch it to your preference. Or maybe you want to grab some of the more expensive chips or Doritos. Cater it to your need. Now this just caught me off guard. Cheese pizza? Let me know if that's good. All right, y'all. So then the next thing I like to do is grab me one of the teas. The cheapest of the teas are going to be these over here at $3.50. And wow, y'all, they literally have one. And I would like the green tea. So I'm just going to grab this one, but always switch it to your preference. If maybe you want to grab these, or you can grab some of the sodas, which I'll show you in just a second. So when it comes to the drinks, you could get like the 2 liters. I love how it also includes like the Pepsi brand, like ginger ale, which no, that's not the Canada Dry, but pretty much, y'all, you could switch it how you prefer. I kind of want to scan this and see if the coupon would attach, just for those who might be curious. And then remember, stack that coupon with the sales that are happening. So for instance, these 6-pack Pepsi Mountain Dew are 3 for $13. So if you make them the Pepsi, then you just add in your chip. Now you can use that $4 digital. And y'all, that coupon is attaching. So if you want to grab the minis, you can grab those. But again, you come out cheaper grabbing like the 2 liters if maybe you prefer those. All right, y'all, I'm needing to get stocked up on cereal. So we got an amazing promotion on the larger boxes of the Kellogg's, where they are normally $5 each. So if I normally picked up 3, that would be $15, y'all. But this week they are 3 for $8, and we have $1 digital. So you guessed it, it's gonna make 3 of them just $7. So I'm gonna grab 3, get that added to my cart. Now, y'all, I am in here pre-recording, so I'm hoping that they have everything I need, and what I need tomorrow if they do. But we have this amazing digital on our Cascade products, y'all, for the packs that are $4.75 for $4 off. So it's going to make this pack right here just 75 cents. So this is a great deal to do just if you didn't want to do any deal, but maybe you need dish washer pads, but a great filler item to also help you get to 25. So I typically donate these because, y'all, I don't even use my dishwasher, but definitely a great deal this week. And y'all, this is why it's important to scan, because here I am thinking it was this one when all along it was actually this one. And see how these kind of look similar, but they actually don't. I mean, they both come out $4.75, but only this one is attaching to that $4.75 digital. So be careful with this deal. This is a great reason why it's important to scan, because you would probably get to the register, get ready to pay, and wonder why your out of pocket was $4 more. And then, y'all, if you are needing to get stocked up on other household items like the Ajax, like the dish soaps, things like that, like fabric softeners, cleaning products, Fabuloso, Suavitel, you can do this promotion where you buy 2 and you get 1 free. And we do typically get digitals for some of these products sometimes, so another great way to save and stack those sales. Now, y'all, always like to check because you never know when they might restock, but I am looking for that Airwick plug. That's $4 because we do have a high value coupon for $4 if you haven't used it, and it's going to make it completely free. As you see, my store appears to be out, but definitely be on the lookout for it if that's something that you need and want to use as a filler item. And just a little couponing 101 tip. We have 2 coupons that attach to this if you didn't use that 3 off of 10 digital and that $4 one. So just know those are both store coupons, so you won't be able to combine the 2. And then also, I've been doing this like for quite some time, and I've noticed that every time when I do this deal with that coupon, it never really attaches to these chips for some reason, but a lot of times it still comes off. So I'm just going to test that out and see if it still comes off. But for some reason with that coupon, a lot of times it doesn't attach to like the dips or the chips, but it still comes off. But that's why I like to look at the eligible items to see what's included. Now, since my store is out of the Airwick, I'm going to factor in one of these Febreze sprays right here at $3.25 and use that $2.30 digital. And I actually think this one is a little bit cheaper at $2.70. So I actually am going to factor that in and come out even cheaper. And if you happen to have that that $2.30 digital for the small spaces, you can also grab the individual ones at $3.25 if you kind of come out cheaper, or maybe the more expensive ones. So here it would go. But I think these are a little bit more at $4. And yep, this is coming up $2.70. So after that $2.30 digital, y'all, this is going to be just 40 cents, which is why it's important to scan. Now, this next item is going to be a great filler item. I've been meaning to mention it, but I always forget to look when I'm at the store. But I feel like it's going to be typically over here at the front where they keep the little smaller travel size items. I'm looking for like the Alka-Seltzer. Because apparently there's like one that's like $2 and we have a $1.50 digital that's attaching to. Let me see if I can find it. So I feel like it would probably be over here, y'all. Yep, it would be right here where it says $2. So this is where it would be. So be on the lookout for these and then scan them just to see if you have that $1.50 digital and if it attaches. All right, y'all, this is going to be an amazing filler item and a great way to get a cheap toothbrush. So this one is normally $5, y'all. But check to see if you have this $4 digital, which will make it just $1. But remember, that's at least $5 helping us reach to 25 since we have to be there before the coupons. And y'all, we do have a $2 digital. Don't clip that. Because if you do, then chances are that lower value one will come off and you'll be missing out on about $2 in savings. All right, y'all, so this is everything I plan on picking up. Right now, everything brings me to $26.60. And remember, y'all, always switch it to your preference. Of course, you could come out cheaper just depending on how you want to switch your deal around and what you need. But $26.60 is what you would normally pay for this if you just walked in here. So we're going to clip that 5 off of 25 digital and then all those other digitals that I mentioned. And then at the register, we'll be left to pay before tax, y'all, $6.30. But like I taught y'all last week, or like I always teach, use those store rewards to lower your out of pocket. So check for DG Cash, use that to come out even cheaper. But $6.60, you can't beat that, y'all, when one of the cereals alone is normally $5. So when it's all said and done, y'all, it's gonna make all 8 items that I picked up 78 cents each. So a great way to get the things I need for super cheap by stacking those deals and sales and digital coupons. All right, y'all, let's head to the register. Check out with transaction number 1. Remember, I should pay about, I think $6.30 before tax. So probably after tax, close to like the $8 mark. But again, use your DG Cash to lower your out of pocket. I noticed that my $4 digital is not there anymore. And I'm like, did it expire yesterday? I'm only showing the $2 one. So I might switch my deal around just a tad bit. But all right, y'all, so I'm going to substitute it with the fabric softener since that's something I need anyway. And that's $3.75, and we do have a $1.25 digital. So now let's do the math. Everything should now bring me to roughly about $25.35. But when all my coupons come up, so $5.25, all those other digitals I mentioned, that's going to lead me to pay. So I'll end up paying $7.80, which I'm still okay with because I'm just going to resell the fabric softener, which is what I needed. And my focus is just the food, really. So to pay $7.80 for all of these products, it ends up making each product 97 cents each. And again, this alone is $5. So let's head to the register and let's test this out. And I know I keep talking about that Airwick plug. That would actually be a great substitute to come out even cheaper instead of the Snuggle, because that would be $4, and then we have a $4 coupon. So you'll probably come out about $3 or $2.75 cheaper. Y'all, I thought I'd never see the time, but why is my system now updated? I just experienced that. So with that being said, remember this $4 coupon is a store coupon. So that means I need to be at least $29 if I'm trying to use that with my 5 off of 25 because it's a store coupon. So what I'm going to do is add in this spray, this Febreze small space at $3.25, use that $2.30 digital, and then I'll be about 30 cents shy of that $29 mark. So I'm just going to add in one of the little Mike and Ice for like 33 cents. Oh, excuse me. And where is it? Yeah, right here. That'll help me push over. So I like to add these in. I'm trying to get a little bit over that mark. So let's see how this works, y'all. Let's do the math. And I'm definitely probably only doing one transaction, especially since my store is updated. All right, y'all. So if I'm being honest, this whole transaction was kind of like a hot mess because I'm thinking I'm at $29 when I'm really not. and that may have messed up my transaction a little, but I know my system is updated just looking at the receipt now, so that's going to be a whole nother story in itself. But nonetheless, y'all, you can still get the products you need, because regardless, this is why I say cater it to your need, because I was going to grab these items anyway. So a great way to still come out cheap. So I end up paying like $13 and some change before tax. I noticed that like the Cascade Digital reduced down. It was a lot happening, but I know sometimes that happens with updated systems. But all in all, y'all, I was able to get 10 items for $1.39 each. And I did that using only my phone. But nonetheless, y'all, don't forget to like and follow so that way you don't miss out on any more ways to save. And if you do struggle with your deals going as planned, grab my free coupon trip checklist and use it as a guide to help eliminate any stressful checkouts. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.